Craig, it was another good result for your side this weekend as you defeated Penabont 2-1. You left it late to score the winning goal, but were you happy with the performance overall?
Yeah, it was. It's a tough place to go. We know that we got beat twice there last season. To beat Penabont 4 times, out of 4 games with the split it's something that we looked at considering last year, getting beat twice and winning twice. So yeah, it's a tough place to go. I know Penabont probably aren't in the form they'd like to be, but they've had a lot of injuries, etc. But yeah, we are really pleased with it, and could have been quite easily after winning the league, the previous game to go down there and not be not be professional about it, but we were there. We went right at the end. It was great to see the character, great to see the determination, professionalism of the players of going right till the very end and win the game in the 90th minute. And brilliant for Jordan Probs to get more goals. Between the two of them, there must be close to 50 league goals a season between the two of them.
And Saturday saw Dan Barton make his first start for the club since joining back in February. Were you happy with how he did and how he's fitted into the squad?
Yes, definitely. He's certainly got talent. He's only a young lad. He's only just turned 21. He's got some senior experience. So we know that he's capable. It's just been getting him going again, training wise, and then obviously getting some match minutes. I thought he was excellent. We played a midweek game on Wednesday against Man City. He played 60 minutes there, and he played 65 minutes on Saturday, and I thought both games he'd done really well. So he's obviously finding his feet a little bit more, getting a bit more match minutes, and yeah, I thought he'd done really well.
Well, it's back to Park Hall this weekend as we face Colwyn Bay. It's the 4th time this season we faced them, and after 3 tough games already, are you expecting more of the same this time around?
Yeah, without a doubt. Wildy and Danny Harrison have got a really competitive squad there. They've got a lot of experience, a lot of good players, a lot of players that have played a lot of games in this league, and it doesn't surprise me whatsoever that Michael Wildy and Danny Harrison have got the competitive teams they've got. They're both very competitive top players. So obviously clearly their playing style and their playing character is rubbing off on Colwyn Bay, and to finish in the top half of the season, the first season back in after promotion is a fantastic, to pay tribute to Wildy and Danny Harrison and the players to get to where they've got to. So we know it's going to be a tough game, but yeah, obviously I think it was that 7 or 8 league wins in a row. So we're looking to make that another one right the way through to the end of the season, really.
Yes, that is now 8 consecutive victories in the league, and I know you'll be wanting to make it 9 out of 9 this weekend and finish the season as strongly as possible.
Yes, definitely. There's still a lot to play for. Professionally, we want to go and win every single game. We've been a little bit disappointed getting beat a couple of times at home this season by Britain Ferry and Cardiff Met. I think we've only been beat once away, which was at Connah's Quay. So that's we've got a great away record and a decent home record, but we're looking to try and win the last 4 games we have, 2 home, 2 away, starting on Friday. But we've obviously got a good team to compete against, so we're looking forward to the challenge, and the boys on a real high, and we really want to important that we finish the season strongly.
In the 3 previous games against Colwyn Bay, they've proven very, very difficult to break down. So how important is patience going to be in a game like this against a team that's very good defensively?
Yes, it will, without a doubt. How we start the game will be really important, and then obviously our quality. Then we got to make sure we make good decisions. We look after the ball well. We be patient, and we don't try to force things too much. So that's the importance. The message will be make sure we start right, and then also be patient when we've got the ball. We don't have to win the game in the first half an hour of the game. We can keep plodding away and keep putting pressure on teams. Sustained pressure, I think, is the key in sustained quality. So that's what we'll be looking for on Friday night.
And for those people who are watching this press conference and might be unaware, just give us a little bit of insight as to what goes on behind the scenes in terms of planning and preparation to get the side ready for a game like this.
Yeah, well, it's the same every week. It's the same whether we're playing a European game, whether we're playing a League Cup game or a Welsh Cup game or a Welsh Premier League game. The boys tend to have 4 training sessions with a day off in between to rest and recover, and we tick all the boxes there, the physical boxes, the tactical, the technical boxes, and also the individual boxes that we need to do to play against each team. We don't spend an awful lot of time on the opposition. We've got a style of way we want to play and how we want to play. We obviously give them a respect, and we make sure we know set plays and patterns of play, etc. but we concentrate 90% on us and how we want to play. So from that point of view, it's a lot of what we want to do in a little bit of stopping the opposition from what their strengths are. So we know, for instance, this weekend, Colwyn are really strong from set plays. Big, strong lads with good delivery and long throw, etc. And it was a fantastic win at their place a few weeks ago. So we'll be looking for more of the same, but we understand the threats it cause, and the two boys up front are done very, very well. Lou Robles, Jordan Davis, they're a handful. So from that point of view, quick turnovers and set plays will be something that we've definitely spoke about and worked on a little bit this week.
And then finally, Craig, heading into the game on Friday, what's the injury and availability situation looking like? How are Nathan Shepherd and Owen Farrell getting on?
Yes, Nathan Shepherd trained properly today, back in full, so Nathan will be available for Friday. Owen, he part trained today, so he might be available for Friday. See how he gets on tomorrow and Thursday. And also as well, Leo Smith played 65 minutes for the under-19s on Sunday, so Leo will be near enough there or thereabouts to be involved with the squad. So really, I'm just trying to think now. There's only really Adam Wilson, who's the main injury. Isaac Jeffries is injured as well. Isaac's picked up a back injury, so Isaac and Adam Wilson are both out. But everyone else is fully fit and ready to go.